Since joining the Lakers, the scene was a lot different than back in 2010 when he returned with the Heat. LeBron was greeted very well by the home crowd, and the Cavs even gave him a video tribute in the first quarter. LeBron finished with 32 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists in the Lakers win. He spent 11 seasons in Cleveland and helped them get their only title in franchise history in 2016. Let's take a listen to the King on his return.
I appreciate, these fans just as much as they appreciated me. Every single night we stepped out on the floor, they always showed their appreciation to not only myself, but for my teammates for those 11 years. Especially, even those last 4 years, those championship runs that we were making. So that was just my salute to them, of them appreciating what I was able to accomplish with my teammates and coaching staff along those 4 years.
Shannon, how should Cleveland fans feel about LeBron now?
Grateful. They got an opportunity to witness the greatest basketball player ever for 11 years. And I know it didn't end the way they wanted it to, that he stay here and spend his entire career in one locale. But to say I got an opportunity to witness him play for my franchise. He completely transformed the franchise, the city, the athlete, what he does in the community. Because no matter how long an athlete stays, he's going to eventually retire. He's going to leave that team. He's no longer going to play. But LeBron left something with the I Promise School that will stand the test of time. I think they should be blessed. I think they should be honored that they got, because everybody doesn't have that. Like, man, I wish I could have had this or I could have had that. Everybody doesn't get an opportunity to have the Lakers are very fortunate because they get Kobe, they got Magic, Skip, they got Kareem, they got Will, they got all these greats. For a very select Cleveland, you get LeBron. And I know he didn't stay all 16, or he's probably going to play 20 years. All these are not going to be there. I believe he's the greatest Cleveland sports athlete in history. There haven't been many. I mean, you got Jim Brown, football.
I would say he's up there.
No, he's up there. You got Bob Feller with the Indians. But LeBron James, Skip, what he's been able to do, it's just hard for me to believe that there's one greater. And if you want to be mad at somebody, how about be mad at Dan Gilbert? Dan Gilbert blew this.
Could be.
He had an opportunity because for the 4 years LeBron was in Miami, the Cavaliers had the worst record in the NBA. Guess who has the worst record now? Since he's gone back, and he's only been played, 17? He's 10-7, so 17 games. Cavaliers. Because Dan Gilbert's one of these guys, he wants credit. Okay, that's your team. The influence of LeBron James and the cloud that he placed over you, or having to have his way and do things a certain way, is gone. Build it however you like. But if I'm a Cleveland fan, I'm honored. I feel truly blessed that I got an opportunity to witness what I witnessed for 11 years.
And if I were a Cleveland fan, my emotions would be very mixed. Right now, they would be far more positive than negative, but I would still have some negativity deep down in the bottom of my sports fan soul over all that transpired. And I'm going to say this again about your man, LeBron James. He is easily the most interesting athlete in the history of sports. Every night, something happens swirling around him. He creates a force field wherever he goes. It can be some Saturday night in Orlando, and something always happens. He is the drama king, and it's not like he tries to make it happen. It's just he was born in that force field, and it's just interesting because he'll make a post-game comment that will be cryptic, between the lines, passive-aggressive, about he almost cracked a couple of weeks back, or it'll be a couple of years back when we're top-heavy as you know what, and then the rest of the team is saying, well, what about us? Are we chopped liver? There's always something swirling. Okay, well, you can argue that. But it just swirls around LeBron James, and I'm going to quote my friend Brian Windhorst at ESPN, who's covered LeBron since high school, junior high school. But he says it's just complicated what went on with LeBron with those fans, because it was. Because obviously, I thought the feel-good story, the heartwarming story, would be if he could be, like it was just a 1,000,000,001 shot that the kid from Akron gets drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Wow, what a great story. I wanted to see him stay and see it through and win a championship the first time through, the way Jordan did, but you say, well, he just didn't have enough help. And maybe that was true. But not only did he leave, the decision happened, and he said, I'm taking my talents to South Beach, which is about as far from Cleveland on the banks of that lake as you can get, right?
So were people, are you and people more upset that he left or how he left by having the decision?
I wasn't upset that he left because I got it. He just said, I